Good morning, Division 4C. It's time for Season 11 of ReBBL, and you're lucky to have, or unlucky to have, as your recap presenters, myself, Bernie Buffon, and the Rat King himself, Crystal Hunter. Welcome, Crystal. New season.
Thank you. Yeah,
And,
we're looking
this
forward
time-
to some action again. We've been missing out for about 5 or 6 weeks.
We
Was
have,
it?
at least, I think. And this time, we're not like slung in halfway through a league, are we? So we're here from the start.
Yeah.
So it'll be a bit easy for us, won't it? I hope.
Exactly. We can watch every bit of action without being surprised by the whole developments that already happened. You know, so we can just look forward to everything and look for the games and analyze them a little bit. You know.
I mean, you say that we won't be surprised, but you know, we've only just joined ReBBL last season, and we did all right. And you know, I'll be honest, I don't really know any of these apart from, well, one coach and then one guy called an Alpen. Oh, by the way, I will murder your name, so forgive me. Catula Collect. That coach I've been speaking to in Discord, lovely guy. So I feel like we're good chums now. And obviously we've got one of our guys from last season playing in this, JP Casey of the Dark Elves. So yeah. I'll be rooting out on him. Totally biased, I know, but hey. But we don't know the rest of us, so you know we can only go on the teams and what we'll give you our advice. Crystal Hunter's a very good rat coach, so anyone who's a rat will be very happy that he's on board. Me, well, I'll just talk gibberish and he will give you the expert opinions. So, what we'll do then, because obviously it's more of a preview than anything else, is we'll just talk about all the teams. I'll give you a play to watch, and obviously, you know, the Rat King himself will tell you what he thinks as well. 3 games have been played already. We won't really go into much about them. We'll discuss that in more detail next week.
Yeah, definitely. First thing I want to say, if you look at the whole division as its whole, it looks like a really balanced division, right?
Yeah.
So not too many Bessie teams and not too many agility teams. So I guess everyone would be happy to be in this division.
Yeah, I would. I you know, I'd love to be in this division. You know, but less said about that, the better. So every game I'm nuffling, it's a funny because obviously I wrote all this down a few days ago. They've played games since. They drew 1-1 if my memory serves me, and they've got 2 players out for the next game, and the big ones as well.
This is going to be a tough. Like their second game is definitely already going to be tough, but we might have to discuss it in a bit more detail next week on their second game. Just looking at overall team composition, it's an interesting team. Like they have 2 MA10 gutter runners, which are going to be really dangerous, of course. And the thing is with the storm vermin, like I like having the top killer storm vermin. You know, the number 2 Wook. I like having that kind of storm vermin. Like the other, when you build that kind of storm vermin, I think the other storm vermin should be more of a support kind of thing. So I don't really get the two piling on kind of thing going on there. But yeah, it's a coach preference kind of thing. You know, it's maybe he prefers this kind of thing and he wants to go more bashy.
Yeah. The thing is though, Crystal, is like, as we know, there's a lot of kill teams about. I mean, so I would build them exactly the same way he did. I would go on Mighty Blow, Palanon, and Pray for Claw anywhere around there. So I get why he's done it, because there's so many ridiculous kill teams out there. He's got to try and, you know, and the thing is the, you know, if you've got 2 of them and one dies or one has to be retired, at least you've got the other one. And if you've got 2, then you know the opponents can't dial up just on one guy. They've got to respect 2 of them.
But he has in this team. If you look at this team in general, like he has huge value with the guard being there, and if he uses piling on, every time he's going to use pile on, he's going to miss that value of that guard. That guard is going to fall away, and also with the stand firm and with the tackle, it's kind of a huge thing to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of doubtful if this is going to be a successful Storm Vermin during this season, but we will see.
Yeah, I mean, it's disastrous. I mean, I put my key player for this team was Wook, the Storm Vermin, and already first game of the season he's got -1 armor. That is an absolute nightmare. You know,
it's quite painful. It's quite painful.
I mean, it must be so deflated, though, mustn't it? You know, you've got these really good Storm Vermin, and you've got a few decent gut runners, and you're like, come on, we can probably do well this season. And then first game of the season, you know, you've got one Storm Vermin -1 movement, sorry, -1 armor, and then your other guy gets a smashed hip. He already had a niggle, did the other Storm Vermin, so you know that's a big blow.
I think they had to play Chaos or something. So like this is what can happen versus that kind of team, and it's definitely a big blow to start the season with. But yeah, it doesn't have to be like a big problem during the rest of the season. Just depends on how well he can protect that player in general. So we'll have to see how that works out. One thing I have to say though, like if your players get jacked, they lose speed. So you see two linemen there that have a plus strength. They also have a minus movement, as you can see.
I mean, what would I would if I mean obviously you're a rat player. Are you happy sinking all that TV into two linemen, two strength 4 pieces?
Yeah, any strength, extra strength that you can get on a team that doesn't have a lot of guard and doesn't have a lot of options to get guard is good in my opinion. Like if you get a strength up on those kind of thing, it's nice. And he doesn't have to put them on the line of scrimmage. He can just put them on the second line and
put the
cover the sides a little bit. So there are some options there.
I mean, there's no kick on this team unless he lost it last game, but there's no kick. I mean, he needs a kick play for sure. Because every right team needs a kick.
And it is a bit of a shame, of course, that he already has four players that are movement busted, so he's going to be a little bit slower than the average Skaven team, so to speak. But it is a team that has potential, definitely, and I'm looking forward to see how he will perform during the.
Well, his record overall is 15 wins, 10 draws, 19 losses. So he's got a negative record, but it's still a decent one in this division, I think. And like I said, what we've got to remember as well is something. What was an eye opener for me was, you know, when I think it was the Plains or the playoffs, there was like, oh well, you can get your MNGs back, but you lose a game. So some of these guys may have like took one of those losses through an MNG thing to get their MNGs back. So some of these losses might be just, you know, on that case, what makes it a bit worse than it is. But yeah, I mean, like I say, it's still got his gut runners, and I always think Skaven's strength is their gut runners. He's still got number 5 there, Idkillblade. He's still there, the big gun. So him alone will always give him a chance to at least get a draw. So we'll have to see. But I think losing -1 on Wook is disastrous, and the other Stone Vermin, you've already got a niggle on it, so you know that was always a case of that poor old Stone Vermin may get a few more injuries by the time the season's over, unfortunately.
Ooh, he got a niggle on that one. Yeah, that's it's gonna have to be a thing about how long is this team gonna be healthy and hopefully nothing just collapse at the same time. Like if he gets an injury, like if he gets one of his players dies early in the season, I hope the other games aren't like gonna be heavily on the cast as well, so to speak. So he has to. I hope he still has a bank after this. Let's just say that.
Well, like I said, it's not 90k, but I mean the thing is, gut runners, even though it's sad when you lose one, they are very easy to level up. Where Stone Vermin do take a lot longer, and that's the thing. I mean, he'll still run with both these because they're both very good players. But you know, you now got one at AB7, what's a bit of a worry, and the other one's obviously got a niggle and his -1 movement. So
that's what I'm trying to say. Like if they get to a point where they fall apart. I hope they don't fall apart at the exact same time. Like if the two storm vermins like die at the same time, or if a storm vermin and a gutters die at the same time, it's going to be hard replacing them. If they die one by one, it's going to be quite easier because of the bank and that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends on what happens with this team.
Yeah, and like I said, end of the season, it's a long, long way away. If you can save some cash, it might be able to get another one. So
yeah. Hopefully he can manage to do that.
Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, so that's him done. Like I said, I think it was a draw he got first week. Yeah, 1-1 against the Chaos team. So hey, at least he's got the Chaos team out the way. Well, one of them anyway. Right then, Cthulhu Collect Sci-Fi Sorry. Now this is the lovely chap who kept discording me.
Cthulhu Collect, yeah. It's one thing you already notice is like the 9 movement skink there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing that's gonna make it way easier to do one turn touchdowns and that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, apparently his first game is against an opponent he played last season. And he said to me, look, I should have beat him. I basically was pitch cleared him, but my skink had 3 turns to pick the ball up and failed. So it's like, that can be a problem. And so he's after redemption. I did ask him which skink it was, but it's always annoying when that happens. And if you look at statistics as well, I mean, it's 4 wins, 7 draws, 22 losses. So every win for him feels like, I wouldn't say a championship win, but I bet he enjoys every one of those 4 wins. And to be robbed of a 5th win because your stupid skink can't pick the ball up.
So we can already make the prediction that if he gets a double on one of the skinks, he's gonna go sure hands.
Well, I would imagine he probably had re-rolls and he kept trying to pick the ball. I don't know. But, it's always annoying. And I said, look, it happens to us all. But it is frustrating when that happens. And I felt bad for him because obviously just the 4 wins. Oh, that would have been a 5th win. Come on. But, he loves being in the league. And this is the great thing about it. And this is what I say about private leagues. A lot of people get 2-zoned in about win at all cost or win. And to me, in private league, it's like building a team, getting some character. I mean, I like naming my players. And having fun with the community, and he loves it, and I hope he does well, and hopefully he'll get a few more wins, and hopefully, his skinks will pick the ball up this time.
But winning can also be fun, Bernie.
Well, it can, it can be fun, yeah, but some people just like to enjoy themselves, and so we can't all be as good as you. Come on,
Okay. One thing I wanted to say though, like, any team that's going to play against this team, they're going to have to watch out for the Saurus there with the break tackle, mighty blow,
yes, nice combo. Piece. Yeah,
because that's going to be a big piece that's going to be able to hunt for the ball carrier if they don't defend it well,
Yeah,
and with the mighty blow there, it's going to be hard to even recover after that if he manages to take him down. So it's going to be. There are some threatening aspects in this team that the agility teams also have to watch out for.
I mean,
just the
Saurus
are the
Saurus are just bubbling nicely, aren't they? And he's got Bloodosaurus, but probably go break tackle next, I guess, or maybe stand firm. And then
I think he'll be looking for guard because like if he gets guard on that, it's going to be a really solid pitch that's going to be hard to take down. So. Yeah, if your opponent tries to aim for your guard pieces, you at least have one solid guard piece that is able to survive a lot of shit with the darts being there, So like I think he'll probably go guard next on that one.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I might go break tackle or stand firm, bust the corner of a cage, standing right next to the ball carrier and go, I ain't moving, buddy. But that's also an option. But like if you go stand firm, you're also looking for guard anyway. So like it's a kind of thing where the skill build doesn't really matter that much. But it'd be interesting to see what it goes. Like say he's got Isaac, the crossgow's got stand firm, so he would be obviously a lot better crushing the corner of a cage and standing there. But it'd be interesting to see what he does, and that's the thing, is that we always just guess, and everyone has different opinion. Where we're saying, you're saying go guard, I'm saying probably go break tackle, because I think so should be more maneuverable.
But he's still like 11 SPP away, so maybe we won't even get to see him level during this season. You never know.
I don't know. Got to think positive. Got to think positive on there. I'm thinking, he's gonna get it. John Brunner. I'm gonna predict he'll get them 11 points or die trying. But
make some touchdowns with him.
Yeah, why not? The key player I had on this team, and I was cursing it because it had to be a really weird name, and it was number 1. I don't know how you pronounce it. Zoltenskor or something. Zoltenskor or something. I don't really know.
You always do this every season. You
I know.
Player with the most difficult name. Zoltenskor, something like that.
It's what? Zolt.
Yeah, Zoltenskor. Something like that. It's.
Can we just not call it something like Tennisaurus or something like that? That sounds a bit more like lizardy. Yeah. Tennisaurus. Yeah. That sounds good to me. I know why you do this, Bernie, because like with me with my Dutch accent, it's going to be even more difficult to do this kind of thing. I would never think of doing anything like that to you. I mean, come on, he's the best player on the team. Come on, if ever I said, oh well, we'll go with someone like H-Beam Piper as the best player, I mean that wouldn't have been any fun. I mean, Zoltenskor or Tennisaurus, as I'm going to call him. I think he's a good piece. Like I say, movement Nan. He's got side step, makes it easier. He's got sure feet. I like sure feet before sprints.
We can call him Tanky, but that wouldn't make any sense with him being a skink. But yeah, still, it's.
Yeah, that's why I call him Tennisaurus. I don't know. It'd be amazing if we remember that next week. If we keep calling him Tennisaurus, that'd be impressive. But yeah, I'd like to say he's got a few nice little things in there. He's got the 3-year-olds, he's got the cheerleader, he's got the coach assistant. Obviously, looking at the record, he probably won't be up there, but I'll be cheering him on every week. I'll be having my sci-fi sorry T-shirt and flags waving, and I'll be cheering him on.
As a red coach, I kind of despise Lisbon because Lisbon do really well.
Well, you despise anybody who's not even a rat, and then you actually despise the rats as well. So you despise everybody. Yeah. So come on.
I mean, red coaches are like nice guys, and underworld coaches are like semi-nice guys because they still have semi half a red team, like. So that's the kind of thing. But all the other
rats stab you in the back, so I can't see how you'd like other rats. They're not very.
Yeah, but if all rats stab each other in the back, they must like each other's personality because like they are the same personality. So it's that kind of thing, like nice people like nice people, and people that stab each other in the back.
But rats aren't nice people, Hunter. They're not nice. They bring the plague, and they're just filthy animals who have these point and click lanternas, but deserve to die a horrible death. And then they have these storm vermin with claw and mighty blow pile on what deserve to die. They're not very nice people at all. And they've got the movement. In fact, they're pretty nasty. They should all be. Someone should put a bounty on all of them.
Yeah. But I know how much you despise our little
rats.
Persons or rats.
Vermin. Yeah. Right then, here's something we could take out, rats. Bad Dwarfs Reddit. Well, when I looked at this team, it's like key player crap. It's a very, very, very typical dwarf team, and I was like,
Cobra, I already dislike you, man. This is I
was like, you're my hero, bro. You're my hero. They're built beautifully. They'll bore people to death, but they're just built beautifully. All that guard, all that stand firm, all that mighty blow. I salute you, sir. I salute you. That is an amazing, amazing build. Oh my god, what a team. 8 guard in there. That's just beautiful. And all that stand firm. Oh.
I've been playing against at least one of the coaches that in CCL that builds this kind of thing a lot. His name is Sven Rutebeka. And he constantly builds a team like this. Like he always builds a lot of a shit ton of guard on his team. And
well, so sure, it's dwarfs.
As a Skaven coach, like and probably a lot of other coaches, it's so difficult to get through this kind of team. Like
beautiful.
If this kind of team has the ball, you're not gonna get it back, So you got to be really careful about not losing it in the first place.
The thing is as well, it's good luck trying to 110 on these bad boys with all that stand firm. So if you haven't got a natural point and click, you pretty much had it. I mean,
and one thing you have to notice, like there's absolutely no Troll Slayer in here whatsoever as well, and like so he's taken the chance to get all AV9 players, except for the 2 runners, of course, because the runners are kind of essential. So if you lose those, it's gonna be difficult to make sure that you keep the ball on. So you take the 2 runners, and then you get all blitzers, all longbeards, and no Troll Slayer. So this is what you get, and it's extremely tanky. Yeah, it's just filthy to get through. It's just
yeah, it's 8 guard, 5 might blow, 6 stand firm. Key players like me. I wait for number 1, Tally Sini Tom. Just because he's got kick return, and by the sounds of it, the most important thing for the Dwarfs is to make sure they've got the ball and get it safe as quickly as possible. If they can get that done, then like you say, it's going to be extremely hard to get the ball off them.
That being said, like the kind of things I expect them to have a lot of difficulty with is things like chaos, things with teams with a lot of strength 4
and claw
on them, and claw, and this kind of team without the Troll Slayers is gonna have a really difficult time against them.
Yeah, I presume he's hoping his 8 guy will help in that response, I guess. He's got 13 wins, 10 draws, 11 losses, so he's got positive records. That's no surprise there with that sort of team. And he's going to have a chance in this division, I think. I mean, with this build, obviously we haven't seen any of these guys play really, so it's all guesswork on our end. But looking at that team, if I was given that team, I'd be pretty happy with it. He might bore me to death, but I think
he's quite happy to see a balanced division like this, and a division like yours.
If he had my division, to be weeping into his cereals.
Definitely.
But yeah, like I said, I think he's certainly one who should be up there fighting for one of the playoff spots for sure. Right then,
it's looking good for him.
So Cthulhu Collect, he's playing against his arch rival, who ironically is another Lizardman coach, and he's called Extreme. If I'm pronouncing that right? The team name is Quick Guanos.
No E in the end, so.
I know there isn't, but what we're supposed to call it? Extreme?
Extreme, yeah.
Okay.
Gotta call him Extreme then.
It didn't sound as good as Extreme though. I could say Extreme.
Yeah, but if he doesn't put the effort to put an extra E behind his name as a coach,
maybe we should.
That's his problem, Like.
How are we gonna make Extreme sound exciting? Sounds like something you put in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like a mint or something.
Yeah. But then we can call you. But then we can call you like Super Bernie Buffon, and we can call me like Excellent Crystal Hunter or something like that kind of thing,
We could, but nobody would believe us. No, unless we pay them heavily. I don't think we're going to get that. But I tell you what, the bad news for how are you pronouncing the team name then?
Oh man, Quick Wanas.
Quick Wanas.
Yeah, Quick Wanas.
Should we just call it Quickie? Team Quickie from Coach Extreme. I don't know. But I mean, the problem is, and I tell you what, I was saddened to see this, because you know what I'm like with names. I'll see when I look at teams, I'll pick names I love, and I'll follow them all season. And I was heartbroken to see the Enormous Crocodile. I love that name. The Enormous Crocodile is out for the first game. My heart sank. What a name. He's my Crux-Go I'm cheering this season, the Enormous Crocodile. I love the name. Don't know why, I just love it. But he's missing. And Renicon is missing as well. I think Renicon's from League of Legends, isn't he?
League of Legends, yeah.
Yeah.
You've been playing it a little bit, so yeah. You know that kind of thing now.
See, I impressed, I think. Rango, he's from a cartoon, I think. Killer Croc, that could be Spider-Man, that sort of universe, maybe. I don't know.
Could be.
We'll don't know. But so he's got this rivalry with the other Lizard coach, and he apparently dodged the bullet last season because the other Skink team couldn't pick the ball up. But he's got to find it tough, because obviously he's lost his Crocodile, the Enormous Crocodile, and he's lost Redicon as well, who's probably his best Saurus.
Yeah, but you can
Um,
already see like with the Sauruses what he did. Like as soon as he got Dutch on the Sauruses, he got caught immediately after this.
so
After it, like I
so
suggested on the other.
he's taking the hunter view then, isn't he? And but at least after he got like guard, he got break tackle. So that's the right way to obviously build them.
Yeah,
The problem is when he comes up against things like wood elves and stuff like that, or dark elves, he's got no tackle, so they aren't really going to be bothered about it. But that's a
definitely.
lot of dodge, isn't it? That's a lot of dodge. I mean, that's what 4 dodge. So that's 4 Blodgesaurus.
Yeah, but this is the thing. If you roll a double on a Saurus, the only thing you can really get is dodge. Really, unless you want to do something fancy like diving tackle. That's just the way to go.
Did you say diving tackle?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how much abuse I got for taking diving tackle on my bull? And it's like even McNaughton was disgusted with me. He was like, I will not talk about that because it's got diving tackle. It's not built the right way. But the thing is, it kills people. People try and diving tackle. I mean, it happened to me in my in the Open, and so obviously my team's called the Contract Killers, but it's a big lie because they don't kill anybody. The only way I killed stuff is either by fouling or by people trying to dodge away. And this guy tried to dodge away from diving tackle. I think it was a dark elf, and he failed it and killed him.
I kind of have to support McNaughton here, but because what horrible person gives diving tackle to?
What would you know? What would you know about? But don't give me that rubbish.
How would that bull centaur be able to dive, man? He would break in half.
No, but he's got 4 legs. He can jump on 4 legs. He's got 2 big arms. What's wrong with you, man?
He has to dive forward. It's a dive, Like,
no, he doesn't. He can dive off his front right, front left if he wants to dive left, and vice versa. He knows. My guys don't just do what the rest of the other chaff teams do. Just sit there and kill stuff. My team do a lot of training, a lot of tackling. A lot of dive tackling. My team are professional. All right, they don't kill nothing, and it's just the way it is. But they know how to dive on the floor, and
I would love to see the animation of that. By the way,
he's amazing. He's like a ballerina. It's beautiful, beautiful, and he's getting it done. He's getting it done, and he's called the Postman, so he always delivers. So
Oh yeah.
Gotta love him. He might be dead this season in Division 3, but hey, there we go.
I guess so.
But, and has he got anything for a club here? No. The Wonga Stadium. Oh, I like this guy. He's got the enormous crocodile, and he's got the Wonga Stadium. Yeah, I like this guy. 3 wins, 14 draws, 17 losses, so a bit like the other Lisbon team. Wins are hard to come by. But, who cares about winning? It's all about the team, and we're having great names. And,
Littlefoot is about to level, and Tap is also pretty close to leveling, so there's going to be some level skinks there as well.
Yeah, I for my key player, I in the end plumped for the runner Rango, because hey, who can't like someone called Rango? And he's a blodge, show feet, show hands. Hey, so he's got show hands and he's got blocks, so he's rolled 2 doubles. So Rango, I think, is the way to go on this team. Give him the ball and watch him get you some wins. That would be my my hope.
Definitely, and there's some development to gain here during the season if you see how close some of the players are.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean his record might not be brilliant yet, but give him a season or 2 and hopefully he doesn't lose much. This team could become really scary really fast. It's not about how you start; it's how you finish. And this team, like I say, given it 1 or 2 seasons, and I think what, Extreme, this Quiggy team. Or the Quiggisauruses, they could be up into the heavy heights of Division 3 and 2. You just don't know. But first of all, he's got to get a win over his big rival. So good luck to him. That's what I say.
It's going to look better and better for him during this season as well. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what he does, even though he doesn't have the best record out there.
But the thing is, even like I said, everyone has different level abilities. But if you've got, even if you're not one of the best, if you've got a really nice team you like and stuff, then it's about enjoying playing the game and having these little rivalries. Like he's got a nice, by the sounds of it, there's a nice rivalry between 2. Listen, that's what it's all about. Because at the end of the day, almost every single coach are going to just, if they're all going for the wins, they're going to be disappointed because only one guy can win the big thing. So, there's going to be a lot of really win-oriented coach is going to be disappointed. But if you could build a nice team like this and have fun with it, that to me is what a Power League's about. And if you end up winning something, great. But if you don't, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, in my opinion. So good luck to him.
Definitely good luck to him as well, and maybe you can do a little surprise for us this season. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Now then, Knuffles Yellowhorns, the Storm Vermin Slayer, if I remember correctly. He got a 1-1 draw in the first week, what we'll talk more about next week. 2 Mighty Blow Claw pieces, so we do have Mighty Blow and Claw in this division. Huzzah! What do you think of this team?
I think the team is definitely happy being there with the dwarves and the lizardmen. It still lacks a little bit on tackle. So the thing he's got to hope for is that he's going to get the more bestial teams in the earlier or the more highly armored teams in the early stages. And get the agility teams later on, so he can get some tackle on some of the players.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a pretty nice team.
Yeah. Arctic and Tartic. I'm sure that guy used to come on my stream when he used to stream games. I'm sure it is. If he's a really nice fella. It's getting there, isn't it? It's still in the air, the thing is, but already it's a bit of a worry, 3 claw pieces, 2 of them Mighty Blow. He's got a bit of guard in there as well. Obviously, the key player I got, and it's coming a bit of a theme with me, but it's just the way I am, is Pricknagor number 6. Because we saw this with Jimmy Fantastic's Chaos team, where he had all these strength 4, all these killers, but he lacked the ball handling play. He tried to build one, but he got killed by a rat. I'm sure you'll be happy about that. But you still need 1 or 2 good players on a Chaos team who can, be a big threat with the ball. Because what happens is when you get to the heady height of 1900, 2000, the other team's got a wizard and stuff like that, is if you've only got 1 potential ball handler, they'll zap it, or if he's out for whatever, or a freak action like a rock hits his face, you all of a sudden, you might be able to do the damage, but if you haven't got that scoring threat, it always makes the team a lot weaker. So I think number 6 is really important to get him developed this season. He's only 7 off, isn't he? He's only 7 off. So my opinion, if you don't roll a double, go 2 heads next. Definitely go 2 heads next.
So this is the core thing. If you want to be like a good chaos coach, you got to consider like everything. Everyone that thinks about chaos thinks about we got to go full bash. But the whole thing with chaos is like, you got to have bash, but you also got to have a bit of utility. The more utility you have, of course, the more you're going to give up on the bash thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what you got to remember though is what people don't. I mean, I get why people do it, but when you play a really good coach, especially say like an elf coach, for instance, if they know what they're doing, you've got like, I don't know, 6 Mighty Blow Claw, Palon piece or whatever. Apart from your LOS, you ain't really going to be able to use all them because, like, you're going to get maybe 1 hit if you're lucky 2 because they can just disengage. And you've got all that TV wasted, so you need to have plenty of guard because all your players can have guard. So it's amazing how he does see loads of guard because you got 4 strength 4 warriors. Give them all guard, they become beastie. Give them a few stand firm, they become a pain in the backside. But you never see that much guard on Chaos, and I just think, if you get 2-3 killers and then put like some sweepers like wrestle, tackle, and then you got some ball carriers. I know it takes a long time to do, but if you get a well balanced Chaos team, they are a lot better than this full out kill team.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like if you look at how he built his team.
Yeah.
He took care of the utility quite well. He went for 2 guard directly on the Chaos Warrior, and he made sure he had a sure hands guy and a wrestle guy, and the other guys can just go bash and go crazy on it, But you have got to have some kind of core utility that the Chaos team definitely misses at the start, and he knows how he's building it up. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, he's been a bit lucky because, like I say, Pretty Go number 9. He's obviously going to be the wrestle sweep, and he's already got minus agility. What's a shame. And obviously armor 8 on a warrior, but that you're gonna get, unfortunately, in private league, especially with a lot of bash teams as well. You're gonna have to carry injuries, but I like the way he's done that with a few players already, and it'd be interesting to see how he does. Like I say, he's just got to try and keep that ball carrier safe and progressing. 13 wins, 7 draws, 15 losses. Not bad for a new Chaos team, that. And, a good solid start, shall we say, in his first week of 1-1 and took care of 2 Stone Vermin. So I think he'll be happy with that. Good start against a good team. So good luck to him.
Definitely.
Right, Elven Union. Wow, here we go. Totally original elves. Look Lazy's the coach. And there's not many of them. There's going to be 6 for the first game, and 2 of them are out. And this is why I when I look at these sort of teams, like, this is why I don't want to play them, because this had happened to me. I don't know. I just don't know if I can do it.
This is starting to look like a Chuck Norris kind of thing.
It does, doesn't it? Chuck Norris. We love Chuck Norris. If I was Kislev, I would have been.
Did he
everything.
Did he get a team, by the way?
I would imagine so. I didn't actually look.
We
I'll
should
be honest.
look that up.
But I know the Kislev coaches all bought someone, I think. So chances are, if he was on the market, someone would have had him. But we'll have to have a look at that. He's 12-10, but with learners is 15-10, I think. So that's a high TV for what he's got.
But yeah, that's explainable with the huge amount of setups he's having. Like, if you see the 6 agility player there.
Yeah. But he's a niggle as well, though, and he's AV7. And I tell you one thing, I don't know if you noticed, he's got his home team has got Astro Granite Pitch as well. So if he fails the GFI,
oh man!
So maybe he's one of those really nasty people where I want to see my elves die.
This is the thing about Astro Granite. Like, I like it on Skaven personally
because of the movement,
because of the huge movement, but on other agility teams, I don't really see it happening. You rather have.
Well, his catches aren't that slow. I mean, the movement 8. But I always think with things like that, apart from it looks really nice. Although I prefer the Elf Turf. The Elf Turf looks much beautiful.
If you're going for Astro Granite, like, you gotta be absolutely sure that you can get to places with normal movement where the opponent has to roll GFIs. You know, like that's the thing. And with 8 movement, you're not gonna quite get there, you know.
The thing is as well, 2 of his catches are AV6 now, so if they hit the turn of GFI, they'll probably end up killing themselves. So I love it when people play teams like this. And the key player I got for this was quite an easy one for me. It was number 3, even less of a copy, because his strength 4, he's got leap, probably tackle, probably next for him. I would have thought probably the best option. Show hands, strip ball. A lot of people have show hands, so yeah, I think tackle probably the one to go for. But it's a bit of a weird one because you've got an agility 6 lineman, but obviously he's got niggle injury, so he's just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. He's got a thrower. I think he's got a niggle injury as well. I think most of them got niggling injuries.
This whole team looks like a ticking time bomb at the moment to explode.
The thrower's got a niggling injury. He's only got. Oh well, the number 5's only got -1 armor. So hey,
Should we put a little bit betting pool up or a little price pool up for coaches guessing how long this team is gonna last in this season?
Number 4, like -1 armor, smash, and he's got a smashed ankle as well. So he did get extra movement, but that soon got took off him. Jesus Christ! I'm just looking through them all out. I'm hoping he's just demonstrating blitzers.
Well, he's a true trooper.
I love him. I would already be weeping. Sure. I would be weeping tears of sadness. But the stupid thing is, if this was my team, I'm like, yes, but I've still got number 3, and he's bloody good, and he's going to be my Chuck Norris. When he's got tackle, he's going to win me games. But I think the more depressing thing is like when you add the loaners in, this team is quite high, 15-10 for what it's got. Statistic-wise, statistically, it's not bad. 11 wins, 6 draws, 9 losses. So the guy knows how to play. It's just like his team can't take a punch.
That's the whole thing. If he's getting lucky and if his powered up snotlings are gonna survive on the field,
Yeah.
then he might have a good chance winning those games. So that's the whole thing. Like if the opponent is gonna roll shit armor dice or shit injury dice,
Yeah.
he might have a good chance. But
I salute this guy. I do.
definitely.
I salute him. And is this going to be our Chuck Norris this season? You know, anyone who doesn't know about Chuck Norris, we took over a division, and there's a Kislev team, and I think he got minced by Jimmy's chaos, and in the end, he sacked every single player, and his team was one player, and he was called Chuck Norris. So we called it the Chuck Norris team. As soon as he made it into a one player, the team either won or drew. I think they went on an undefeated streak of about 4 games and finally lost in the last game, where somebody killed him. But as Chuck Norris says, this son got back up. Death. No one's going to kill Chuck Norris. And yeah, it was amazing. So maybe even less of a copy could become a Chuck Norris copy. Who knows? But good luck to the guy. Let's hope he gets a bit of luck on the injury front anyway. Right.
Definitely.
Underworld. So sort of your friends. You know, Tarat,
half my friends is like
Sneaky Blinders. I wonder if that's anything to do with Peaky Blinders. Arrow Mason is the coach name. I hope that's been pronounced right.
And Underworld coaches are the kind of coaches you kind of want to be friends with, but don't want to have to come over at your place, you know, to have a drink there. They're like semi
or sort of friends, and then when you go and see your cool friends, and you're like, I don't know who this is. He's just a stalker, you know. Being a big crystal hunter, I'm amazing sort of guy. He's just one of my fanboys, but you know, I don't really know who he is really. You know, and the poor guy's just there in tears, going, "But I thought we was friends." And
one thing that stands out already, in particular, if you look at this whole team, two things actually, two things that really stand out. The troll here, number one, that it has 6 strength and tentacles, which is dream to have as an Underworld coach, and the Skaven thrower here, that's 9
yes, Polly Shelby, the Ferrari.
The only thing he really needs right now on the Skaven thrower is a double to get dodge. If he gets that, it's gonna be massively dangerous. It's already quite dangerous, but if he gets that dodge on it, man, you're gonna see some stuff. Yeah, I played Underworld in CCL quite a bit, and I also had a team with that kind of player. And I was so sad that it died at a certain moment that I stopped playing the whole season of CCL after it, because like
crikey, in morning. That's how bad it was.
I was definitely quite upset about that. But that's such a key player. It's such a wonderful player to have. You're gonna see quite some amazing stuff from this Underworld team. I'm gonna tell you up front, like how this team is balanced out, and how his team, like, even with the Skaven Blitzer there. Normally people say, like, on Underworld you have to build two killer Skaven Blitzers, you know, that's what everyone says. This guy has been smart enough to get guard on one of the Skaven Blitzers and play him as an acting support. He can always get claw on the troll when that one levels up as well, so he definitely balances it out on utility as well. So I'm expecting a lot from this guy. I'm really expecting a lot.
Yeah,
Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just went and while I was listening, I went and got my Coke. I'm out of drink. I'm sorry. I just had to go and get some Coke.
No problem.
But you know what? You know, when I looked at number 10, Grace Shelby, I was like, I saluted him because he took data player. I was like, yeah, like that. And then I thought, hang on a minute, is Mr. Trick here? Because what he should have, well, he's not done nothing wrong, because that'd be one way I would have done it. But another way he could have done it, and this is my sneaky thing that's coming out, and my sneaky brain, or the devil on my shoulder, is I would have gone wrestle. And then if he lived to another level, I would have given him horns. And then I'm going into a cage on a 3+ with a built-in reroll, 1 dice in most things. If it's a gutter runner or something like that, I'm getting 2 die.
This is the thing. Like, if you look at Underworld, is by core is a kind of bashy team, you know. Like people like to bash with them. And the first thing you usually always get with a goblin when you roll a double is dirty player. Like, if he gets another player with another double, he's gonna go that build with Vessel and Horns and that kind of thing. But you kind of want to keep going with that. Okay, I'm a Bashy team kind of thing,
Yeah.
and my
It's like a glass cannon, aren't you? You can
yeah.
give him a good punch, but you can't
And
take
the
one.
thing is, if he receives receives first health, you gotta know, like, the Underworld's goblins are really cheap, so they're perfect fouling players. You have a lot of them. You
Yeah.
have a deep bench, so you kind of want to get dirty player first.
Yeah.
That's the
I mean, that's what I said when I first saw it. I was like, yeah, I like that. But then I just thought, you know what? It's certainly good. I don't think it's a bad choice, or because I would definitely get one. I'm just thinking, looking at what's going to get the ball loose.
the only thing. The only thing I really would have changed if I look at this whole thing, because yeah, I've played Underworld quite a bit as well, of course, but if I look at this whole thing, like, if you look at the Skaven lineman there, Finn Shelby, he should have gotten wrestle instead of tackle there, because, like,
Yeah.
tackle is nice in general, of course, but you
Wrestle
want to
protector
protect
as
your
well.
you want to protect your 3 strength players with Underworld. You don't have a lot of them, and you need to have them on the field. And
Yeah.
if he gets above down against him and he gets cast out, you're gonna be quite upset about him having tackle
Yeah.
instead of.
I get why he's gone for tackle, but I'm with you. I would definitely go on wrestle first. You know.
Yeah.
And then
Gotta
you
have
could,
that
I mean,
protection.
there's so many freaky builds you can do with Underworld. I really do like them. I like to say their play is a good one, but yeah, I would certainly be thinking, if you get another double, just my humble opinion, not that anyone ever goes what I say, but wrestle then Horns is a really, really nice combination. It's an amazing combination.
You also got to imagine, like, even if this is a bashy team, like, and this is the nice thing about Underworld, like you said also. The nice thing here is, like, we've been talking about one of the Skaven throwers, but the other Skaven thrower has 2 heads and extra arms. So what he can do is he can pick up the ball with Polly, and he can choose to run through the whole one side of the field, or he could decide to suddenly pass it to Thomas Shelby and make him run. So the opponent definitely has to defend a lot of factors in there, even though he's playing against a bashy team, and that's something you don't really see a lot with bashy teams in general. And this is the big weapon of Underworld usually. Like,
I mean, it's unfortunate that, again, the Skaven Blitzers or the Stormbear, they're really going through it in this division. This one's obviously missing the first game, and it has got a niggled injury as well. What's a shame, but it's still there to do a job. The only thing, when I looked at this team, what I was like, wow, that's a bit ballsy. After Shelby, me personally, maybe it's just the way I would. I wouldn't have got guard, I'd have got close straight off, because I would want the extra punch. When I built Underworld teams before, it's one of the very few teams I don't take much guard on, because I'm thinking, you know what, I'm not really going to be able to outguard anybody. I'm more of a speed, trying to, with my 2 heads and all that, trying to dodge away and keep them at arm's reach. And, you know, with all the skills I can get, if I'm not an elf, I can sort of keep my distance. I mean, I don't dislike it, but I think I would have gone with Claw, because Might Blow Claw, come on, man, you got to love that. And especially in the divisions where there's a lot of punch, you know, there's a lot of killy stuff.
That's what you would normally say, yeah. But like I said, I kind of like having a little bit of utility is always useful, and you're not gonna outguard anyone that much, but you're gonna be able to put some technical guards here and there to get the claw guy in and be able to kill stuff more easily. So it's quite important to get that. The thing I feel he should definitely get is but he might think differently about this, is get Claw on the Warpstone Troll when he gets the chance. You know, he's pretty close to leveling.
Yeah.
Or Claw on the Blitzer now, because that's an option as well. Doesn't really matter on which one he gets it, as long as he gets one of them with Claw.
See, again, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I would have gone Claw before guard on Michael Gray.
That's
I just think with Underworld, you're a glass cannon, so you've got to start removing them as much as they're going to remove yours.
But you gotta make sure you don't miss out on the utility either, because you can have a big kill team.
You
need to be able to hit the things you want to hit as well. And with Underworld, you don't have that many players that are actually killers. Like you only have the Blitzers that are the killers in the Warpstone Troll. So you have to make sure you can strike their core players at the right moments. You know, with Underworld. And this is what guard does for you. You know, you can just put a guard in a tactical position and make sure you can get a hit where normally you can't get a hit with the two dice. So it's something you can do, and it's something I kind of support and I kind of approve of. He just needs to get like I said, he just needs to get a claw on the troll. I would have gone claw immediately on the troll on the first level up. But it's looking like a really good team, and I can tell you one thing. I kind of expect this Underworld team to go really high in this division.
Ooh, that's
because
it. You've cast them now.
People shit on Underworld a lot, but this team is really
I love Underworld. When I was thinking of re-rolling from Chorfs, I was looking at humans for the fluff purpose, because obviously I love me and Griff Oberwald, we're best buds, you know, we go away together and stuff like that, you know. But I was also looking, you know what, I could go Underworld because it's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping this team does really, really well. Interesting. Go on, sorry.
On the other end, if you look at his record right now, it's not really speaking for him.
What did you say? This team will what qualify? I'm sure that's the words you said. 1 win, 10 draws, 23 losses. You've built this team up to be potential champions.
It's
get yourself out of this hole. Start digging.
He's gonna. I'm having high faith in him. He's gonna be able to do it. He's gonna be able to smash some wins in and break through this season, definitely. Because like if you look at this team, he knows how to build this team. That's the thing I'm saying. Like he knows how to build this team. I'm just gonna wait and see what.
We hope he does well. Interestingly, -1 Elf Turf. I like the Elf Turf, but would it have been better going for the Nuffles Altar to get some sneaky little star players in there? Although I do like the Elf Turf, it looks beautiful.
Definitely a weird pick for the stadium, I guess, because like
it does look nice though.
What you're looking at with Underworld is getting a lot of attrition on the other team, and Elf Turf isn't really known for getting more attrition on the team. It's doing the opposite. So definitely would have looked for a Nuffles Altar there and get the bomber.
I do like Underworld. I fall in love with Underworld. They may be my next team. I know I'll never win anything, but I'll never win anything anyway.
It's a lovely team, but definitely what you said about getting Nuffles Altar, like even if you have higher TV as Underworld, if you're playing at home, you can always get the bomber for 10k.
Bomber. So love it.
Yeah, and then you can get a bomber to get.
I think that Fantastic dude as well. He need about some 100, 110k who's strength 7. He's a lot of fun. And so you'd obviously get him for 50, 60k, whatever price. I think it's 100k. So you get him for 50k. Strength 7 guy, well, and a big ball about.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like that? You know, if you're playing Underworld, you've got to be taking these tools just for the fun of it.
Exactly, but everyone also has like 10k to spend on something like
get a bomber. You know, I've done him, and sometimes he's absolutely useless. But on the occasion, I think I had him for one of my teams. What was it? Orcs, I think it was. I think it was my Orcs, and I had 5 players left against about 9 dwarfs. Threw the bomb in, blew them up. Ball went loose, picked it up and ran, got a draw. So 10k well spent.
Imagine this guy playing the guard dwarf team with all the guard spam around.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
You know how much value that the bomber would have.
Yes, the bomber.
You know, so it's the kind of thing I would really like.
It's something to look at, isn't it? It's something for him to look at. Like I say, we're not saying we're right. We're just giving you our advice and how we would go about building our games. But like I said, he's been quite, although he's only won 1 game, he's been quite close in a lot of his games. And he's still a very competitive coach in that way. So hopefully, he'll get some more wins. Like I said, the team is getting built nicely. It's real nicely built, and hopefully he'll do well. Right. Yeah. Marginal annoyances. Coach Hazard. From the Dukes of Hazzard? Who knows? Annoyance since 1969. If that is your date of birth, well done, sir. You're older than I am. By 7 years. That takes some doing.
Impressive.
Impressive, yes. Right. It's a red team, so I'm going to pass it to you.
I'm kinda... Why does this guy have 2 kick players, like...
Maybe because one may die. I don't know. I don't know. You're supposed to know this stuff. Maybe it's annoying. Maybe it's one of those annoying things, and he's thinking, I'm going to put 2 kicks in there. So people like Crystal Hunter, these really cool Skaven coaches are going to get really annoyed, and it goes well with my name. And it's worked because you've gone, why has he got 2 kicks? And he senses that you're really annoyed by that. So he's half-half himself now saying, my mission is done here.
Welcome in the world of ReBBL, where you see things you never seen before,
I love it. 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 It's annoyed Crystal Hunter. Hazard, you're my guy. Why not have 2 kicks, eh? Why not?
Maybe he got really drunk after a game and he forgot that he already had a kick. And he was like, oh,
yeah, but maybe, and I'm thinking outside the box here, that because a lot of these rats are getting splattered all over the place, and if he goes first and one of his kickers gets splattered, then he's got a reserve kicker. Maybe. I don't know. It's a kick. Or maybe he just thinks kick's good for fouling.
Other than that, I kind of like the gutter runner with the sidestep sprint sure feet, of course, with the one turner. In general, it's except for the double kick kind of thing, it's kind of a normal low TV Skaven build. There's nothing really special about it, or well, except for the less edgy on the lineman. There's nothing really special to it, but I think the lineman is gonna be fired before next game.
I just want to say, regarding the team we've just missed, Sneaky Blinders, and my key play for that, was Paulie Shelby, the movement 9 agility thrower. I don't think I said that, but he was my key player. So there we go.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
Yeah.
One of the funnier names here is Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea.
Like it. Yeah.
That's got you on it. That's tickled your taste buds. Oh god.
Yeah.
You like that, don't you? As much as you like the 2 kicks. My key play for this team was Wasp, and I liked it because I hate wasps. I despise them. I don't like them. I've never been stung in my life, and I'm like 42. So I always have a bit of phobia when a wasp comes near me. Now, if a bee comes near me, I'm like, them bees. I love them. I tell you a random story. Some of you might not know what this is, unless you're English. The Dutch sort of play it. There's a game called cricket, and someone bats, and behind there's a thing called the wicketkeeper and slips, where they try and catch an edge. And I was in the slips one game, and I felt a bit uncomfortable. I looked down on my t-shirt, and I had a bee in my armpit. I kid you not, a bee on my armpit, and I was like, oh my god. So, stupid as I am, I waited till the ball to be bowled and the ball was dead. Then I quickly took my shirt off and threw it on the floor. Then the bee was really pissed off and started chasing me all around the cricket pitch. And I'm like, yeah, get him off me. And everyone else was in hysterics, crying with laughter. I bombed it inside and then came back later. But the thing was, he never stung me. So I felt quite like, well, I could imagine why he's pissed off with me. But if that was a wasp, I would have been stung. So I don't like wasps. I can
really share with you on that story, because like I was in a theme park in the summer, like in the summer full heat, and like in a theme park, like there's a lot of people eating ice cream and that kind of thing. So like the trash bins there are full of sweets and that kind of thing. So you can imagine the theme park also being full of wasps being there. So I was in the middle of the theme park, and I was in the middle of the of a what do you call it, like where all the cartoon things are. So there were also young kids there, and there was a wasp on my backside of my neck, and I kind of panicked and slapped the wasp on the backside of my neck, and I missed, and luckily it didn't hit my neck, but he hit my finger there. So he stung my finger, and those kids definitely learned a lot of new words from me because of that. So like I was quite.
Yeah. See, a bee would have done that to you. The bee would have gone, "Hey, watch it, mate. You almost hurt me then, But wasps, no, they're scumbags. Don't like them. They should all die. Bees should all sort of get a bee army and kill all the wasps.
Yeah.
I don't like wasps. I must admit, out of
never-
everything in this world, wasps I do not like. But saying that, and we're professional and we're not biased one bit, he is my key player of this team. And I think if Wasp can get it done, it's all right. Crabs 2. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Crabs 1. Maybe it got, sorted. But he's got Claw, and he's one away from getting a Mighty Blow, so that's pretty good. And I'm sure Gonorrhea is just going to run and run. And he's only 5 points off getting Palin on if he...
Looking at the record as well, like it looks like quite a balanced record. I only worry for him, like being in this division with the bigger TV teams in there. It's going to be a really tough time for him. So I kind of expect this. Basically, looking at purely at the team itself, I kind of expect this team to be on the lower side of the division here.
See, you say that, where I think the opposite. I think a rat team with inducements is a very dangerous rat team. Because he's only got the Wasp who can fly about, buzz about, and annoy everybody and sting some fucker. And he's going to have a wizard in a lot of these games. If the wizard works, ball gets loose. We know what rats do when the ball gets loose. Then Wasps will all be swarming to that ball and picking the ball up and taking it away. He's got Mango Worm 2. Who basically is a strip ball wrestle piece. He hasn't got many tools, but the tools he has do a job. And I think, personally, this guy could be a dark horse. That's just my opinion.
Well, of course, there are some possibilities there, but it just depends on how his season goes. But if you look at some of the more bashier teams, there are some dangers in there. And...
well, Rats are used to the bash teams, aren't they? It's nothing new. Nothing new, man. I don't know. I think he could do all right. I think he won't be. I mean, is there relegation in this? I think there is. He won't be fighting relegation. Is all I'm gonna say.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I mean, his record speaks for him on his behalf, but purely looking at the team, it's.
We've seen some of these records, and his record's bloody good compared to some of these. Call yourself a bloody rat coach. I'm defending your rat coach, and you're hung up on this bloody wasp what stung your finger, and he's got 2 kickers. You see, that's what I say. Rats tear on each other. I'm the nice guy. I'm thinking he'll do well. Don't listen to him. He's just upset that you thought of something that he didn't, having 2 kickers. So there.
Yeah, definitely.
This next one...
It would be even funnier if he uses both kickers on the LOS, like, I forget, like, oh shit, those have kicks, can I have to kick the ball on the field, and...
That would be amazing mind games. That would be saying to your opponent is, I don't even need kick to beat you, I'm going to give you a chance. I personally think you should be fouling them kickers just because it would go with the fluff, Because that rat obviously has the strongest leg in the game if he's a kicker. So I think if they get a level up next step play, it's got to be the way to go, just for the fluff.
He should go for the special Knuffles award, and just go kick on every lineman for skill.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be saying no.
Probably not.
Next team, oh my god, it is Moist Owlets. Wow. I'm going to be saying moist all the time because it's just one of those words where either people hate or like.
Hasn't that been nominated as one of the most annoying words in 2017 or
what's
2018?
That? Moist.
Moist.
I think it is. It could be. It could be. I don't know. I just like saying it. So, hey. Now then. I looked at this team and then obviously they played a game and oh dear. They won 3-1, but boy, did it cost them, I think, 2 Deadwood Elves. Basil the Lawman got smashed as well. He's a strength 6 guy, who I think was my key player in the team, and now he's got a -1 movement bust. Good news is the Wood Elves won the first round. Bad news is it cost them a lot. It seems like it's best not to play early in round 1 because some teams have lost or had bad things happen to them.
Yeah, that's the that's the punishment they get by playing before we recap. That's
that is basically what happened. Yeah.
So that's the thing. That's the advice for next season. First, wait for the recap, and
yeah.
else you're gonna get your team destroyed. Now, but
that's basically the way it works. I agree. To be fair, let's that's just the way it is. I mean, I'm an admin, so I use admin dice. So give it to your opponent, smash your plays in. It's the way it goes. But the team itself, statistic-wise, let's see what they've got. They have 11 wins, 3 draws, 8 losses, so they have a winning record. They've got off to a good start. They'll be happy with that. 3-1 winners, get in there. And they played the most killiest team in the division, what we haven't had a look at yet. So they've got them out the way. Not that it might matter as much with AV7. The two War Dancers are still okay. They're still healthy. The tree's healthy. It's got a nice Blodge Catcher okay. Shame about the Strength 6 Lineman, but hey, it happens.
Strength 5, Bernie. Strength 5.
Oh, Strength 5 then. I don't know. It's too early.
But anyway, like for the amount of games that this team has played, it's already quite nicely developed.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about him facing the all guard dwarf team. That's the only team I'm thinking of that's gonna be really difficult for this team.
Well, if you can park his tree next to something, they've got no Dauntless, so hey, you never know. Strange things have happened.
Yes.
But again, I mean, what it's. I mean, I'm just trying to think of what. It's on the other page. Let's have a look. Bad Dwarf 1650. Yeah, I'm just saying if you could have maybe got enough cash for a wizard, get a wizard, get in there, get the ball, get away, 2-0, boom, it's over the over. Worst case now is a draw. So he has got potential, and like I said, and that's what I said about the rat team as well. If they can get a wizard and the wizard works, and they don't waste a wizard, then that they can still compete with these high TV teams. And he's got a winning record, a very good 3-1 win first round as well, so he'd be really happy about that. But there's just not much of them, but Wood Elves really don't need much. They've got a nice Blodge Guard piece there. They've got a lot of things. I mean, my key play, like I said, was the Basil, who obviously, as you said, is Strength 5. He's lost that man as well movement, but I just thought he was a really nice safe piece to give the ball to.
He'll be happy if his core position will stay alive. That's the thing. Like if he keeps his core position was alive, and the only thing that is dying are linemen and that kind of thing, then he's not gonna be worried about it too much. So it's definitely a team to keep an eye on. Could do some nice stuff, but it's Woody's. Woody's can always do some nice stuff in a division. We'll just have to wait to see. And again, for this coach, the record speaks for him. So we're gonna see maybe see him in the higher zones of the division.
Yeah. It's like I said, if you keep his War Dancers healthy, he's gonna
what do you think?
Chance.
What do you think of diving tackle on one of the War Dancers there? Because that's a kind of odd thing to get on a War Dancer.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't like it, but I don't dislike it. There's probably better skills, but I personally wouldn't, because I don't want my War Dancers based up. I'd rather give to a catcher or something else. So I probably wouldn't, just because they are really important pieces and they can't really take a punch at Strength 7, AV7. Sorry, I wouldn't do it. I'd have given it to a catcher, but I can understand the thinking behind it, and he's still alive, so we'll see how it goes. He probably is a new level up as well, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Interesting, quite interesting.
Right, now then, Dark Elves. Thank you, parents. How do you pronounce that coach's name? Lassis?
Yeah, Lassis.
Yeah, I got one right. Why parents? Just why? Is his motto. Interesting team.
That's the funny thing. Like he named the team Thank You Paris because of the funny names in the team. Like you have Hardy Har and Mr. Love and Sad Man.
So Bend Over.
Bend Over, yeah. And Jack Goff.
Yeah. Diana D-Bag.
Really quickly, you're gonna get banned from ReBBL, I think.
Jesus condom. What is that? Jesus condom. Is it saying Jesus gave you a condom, or Jesus should have given you a condom? I don't bloody know.
Jesus condom.
Wonder if Bend Over has had any backdoor action. That's what I want to know.
It's a funny team to see with the
It's a
names
bizarre
at
team,
least.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, sad man. You've got to be sad. You've got movement. But my key play for this team was Diana Debag. Just because she's got a mighty blow and someone's got to do the hitting. And obviously she can frenzy. So I thought we'll give it to
It's
her.
a quite bash heavy Dark Elf team, isn't it? Like if you already
Well,
look at the two Mighty
yeah.
Blow players, it's kind of quite heavy on the bash for an Elf team. It kind of means that he misses a little bit on utility. But it's something you can overcome with the extra with the level ups later on.
I just thought the team value. I mean, say that he has got 40k blow, I guess, but pardon me.
Yeah,
I got 1660. I'm not getting much for 1660 there. And I've seen that Rat team would get a lot of inducements and stuff like that, and I'm like,
that's the thing, isn't it? Like if you go Mighty Blow and a lot of bash.
yeah, because it doubles, aren't they? That's the thing, and strength as
Yeah.
well. And he's got his movement, so you can
And
see
then
why he's took them. I'm not disagreeing you shouldn't take them, but I just think the TV value is a bit lopsided at the moment. 16.6 is a lot for what you get.
It's actually 1620 because of the bank.
Yeah, I did say, but at the moment, if he goes into his game, it's 1660, so that's what he'll play as. But and he's got no bench as well.
That's the thing. Like on that high of TV, you kind of expect him to have at least a 12 player, but he hasn't. So it's gonna be quite troubling in some of the games where he has to face bashier teams and might lose a lot of players.
Record 5 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses. So it's not great, but there's worse. I mean, like I said, I get why he took the Might Blow. I like that, and I get the Might Blow tackle. It's not like I like the skills he's taken. I just look at that TV value. And like we said, 40k, obviously. If you drop that 40k, 1620 looks a lot better than 1660. But bend over has to take a skill, so that's going to be at least another 20. So he's either going to be running at 1680, or he blows the 40k, what I probably wouldn't do because, hey, it's a private league.
I'm kind of quite jealous that he got to 1660 with that low amount of games, because he only played 17 games. Already getting 1616 and having 4 deaths sustained, because 4 of his players died. That's kind of really good, actually, when you think about it.
So the guy knows how to farm. Simple as that. He knows how to get the XP, and that's always a good thing, especially in private league. So
Definitely.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like I say, my only concern is that's it's quite a high TV, but it's not his fault. Dark Elves are obviously, really high TV, aren't they?
Give him another season to get his utility skills in.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be a real threat
he still might be this season. I just think
maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. So, some of these lower TV teams like the Rats could have his number, but we will see. Now then, hey, we got an ogre team. Woohoo! Bone Fighter Boo. Coach Ed Havoc. Nice easy name to pronounce. I like this guy already.
70-40 TV.
Wow, that's a lot of TV.
And also with a low amount of games, because I just looked quickly at his record. He only played 16 games.
Wow.
That's a huge amount of TV for 16 games. And
that is a crazy amount of TV.
And 5 deaths sustained. Well, the deaths are probably snottling, so those are cheap.
Yeah. I mean, when I was looking at the key play for this, I had it between number 3 Hugo and number 2 Sagat. And I went for Sagat because, hey, he's a blodger, he's got an extra bit of movement as well. Yeah, I know he's only agility 2, but it's a 4+ dodge with a built-in reroll. He seems just a bit better than Hugo.
This ogre really wants to have break tackle with the extra movement there. And,
that's what I was thinking. If you got break tackle next, then he's just gonna be better than Hugo. I mean, Hugo's still good, but you'd love to have taken the break tackle off Hugo now and given it to Sagat. But hey, it is what it is. Their player on Nobler, I love that. I really love that, because that's the best double to give, I think, personally. Because you just want to be stamping on people.
Same story as with the other world team. Like you're gonna have a lot of Nobblers, you're gonna have a lot of players at deep bench. So
he's got 2 of them as well. He's got 2 their players. That will help.
Even
definitely.
Better. Like on this team, it's even better, because with 16 players, and if you're receiving, there's a good chance that you have a bench after the first half still, so you're gonna be able to foul like crazy and just do your thing, you know.
Yeah, I like that. Obviously, this team's named after the Street Fighter franchise. Obviously, Zangief, Sagat, Hugo, Bison, all that stuff. So
yeah, I just noticed now as
well. Oh, great. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, statistic wise, they've done 4 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses. That's pretty decent for an Ogre team.
One of the dirty player Noplas is also only 1 SPP away, so he's gonna hope to level that one and get sneaky git, which is gonna be even more massive, because then he can just foul everything without even having an assist, because you don't care, you're just gonna foul it. This is such a nice Ogre team. Like already,
he's got no money in the bank. That's the only concern. But I mean, me personally, you've got to go for the 6 Ogre, haven't you? When you've got enough cash, gotta have the 6 Ogre. Gotta.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if anything happened to the 6 Ogre there,
but then again, he might not have had enough cash, you know,
or didn't have played enough games yet. Yeah, fair enough.
So he's got 4 rerolls. But I like the setup of this team at all. I really do. I think it's a nicely developed team. That blodger movement guy, I mean, if he can get Brave Tackle next, he's going to be a right handful. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Like if he gets another movement, or maybe if he gets another hand, gets another double and gets sure hands, maybe. That's going to be quite annoying to get the ball off, isn't it?
Yeah. It'd be good to see how he does. I mean, he's still 20 points away, but it'd be interesting to see what he gets. Zangief, obviously, he's the Palon specialist with Akuma. So I think this team, even if you beat this team's got potential to do quite a lot of damage as well. 2 dead players, 2 Palon Mighty Blow pieces, you know, and obviously they've got a lot of Mighty Blow. Oh, in fact, hang on a minute, there is a 6 Ogre. He's just put it right down that number 9. Oh, yeah. Bloody hell, there's me thinking he's got the other 5 Ogres 1 to 5, and what the hell's that doing at 9? So there you go, he does have 6 Ogres. I bet everybody will watch this was saying, he's got the 6 Ogre, it's there, you blind bastards.
Definitely, this is a team you want to play against for the result, but not a team you want to play against for the injuries.
I think this is a good team. I wouldn't have an issue playing this team. I think I could be competitive with this team, and obviously, you know, 2 dead players. TV is quite high, but you'd expect that with 6 Ogres in the team, because obviously, there's something like 140 or something like that each, aren't they? So, you know, for an Ogre team, it's getting there, isn't it? And like I said, this team should do damage through the season, and I'm, for one, hoping they cause carnage.
If you're a little bit unlucky against this team, and you're getting a lot of gas against you, then you might even get a loss in. So it's a dangerous team nonetheless. I'm quite comfortable about this team being at least at the middle of this division, maybe even higher up. But at least the middle. Like if they're gonna end up at there, it's looking really good for them.
Right, now then, we come to the most scariest team in the division, Iron Maiden. Now, they lost 3-1 to the Wood Elves, but obviously they did some damage. And when you look at the team, you can see why they did a bit of damage. Have you seen a scary team in Division 4?
Yeah, this is definitely like this is the team. This is like I said about Chaos coaches. This is the other coach that wants to go full bash and wants to hit hard, which is also a fine tactic. But it can backfire at some points without having block on the Chaos Warriors and that kind of thing. It's a really scary team. But
it's a scary team if you dwarfs. Oh, dwarfs.
It's kind of a scary team for both coaches playing it a little bit, because the Chaos Warriors don't have the block yet. So kind of depends on how the dice roll, really. You know.
This is a nightmare, because you know, you could tell and say, well, he doesn't have much to do with. He's got short hand gut, but he hasn't got many skills to win the game. But I don't think this guy really cares about the result. He's just here to kill your team.
He's just there to smash people up and make people regret
I mean, like I
that
said,
they
the Wood
signed up
Elves
for
is like,
ReBBL.
yay, we beat you 3-1. He's like, yeah, but guess what? I've killed 2 of your players, and you've now got a -1 movement, strength 5. Lana, so, statistically, 7 wins, 5 draws, 10 losses. Actually, not too bad for the way his team's built.
We should call this guy the bouncer from ReBBL. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, you want to get into ReBBL? I'm just gonna throw you out of the club again, like with this team. Oh, good.
Oh man, this is oh man, this is a nightmare. God. Oh dear, I'm
But
glad.
like I said, it can also backfire quite hard.
But I don't think he cares. To be honest, he's gonna get to kill stuff, and that's all that matters. Oh man, this is crazy. I mean, this is just a crazy team. I want it. I want to go around killing stuff. I really don't know what to say. I mean, when I put what did I when I was thinking who's the key player, I wasn't exactly sure because they're all bloody. I ended up going for number 4 because hey, he's got jump up, he's got tackle, he's got pound on, but it was just I had to throw somebody out there, and that's who I'll throw out as the key player. He is the new signing though. He was bought in the transfer market, so he's the big signing. He gets all the fanfare. Woohoo! Look at me.
There you go.
So he will be expected to add that extra bit of sauce to get them into the next division, but they'll have to do better than they did first week.
He's legit like one of the few players that doesn't have claw though.
I know. I did notice that when it wasn't lost on me when I picked him. But he's got jump up, and you know damn well if he gets to 176, that guy's getting claw.
Definitely.
But I don't know. I don't know what you say about this team. I'm just glad I know how to play it. But yeah, I think it's fair to say win, lose or draw is going to be killing a lot more. Killed 2 Wood Elves first week and busted probably their best player. So good luck to whoever plays him next. Right. Conker's Revenge, a Chorf player, and them. Oh my god, them uniforms are blinding me. Ramhard, what a name.
Yeah.
He's got 1 claw, so he's got a claw piece. Woo woo.
You know
More
what
than
he's
me.
gonna do on. You know what he's gonna do on the pitch? He's gonna ram hard. So
He's gonna ram hard and play hard. It's not a bad team.
Well, you're the Chorf guy here, so
yeah. I play Chorfs, but I'm not really Chorf. I'm just stubborn and trying to learn to play Chorfs. It's one of the teams I struggle with. But he's got 4 guard. He's got a frenzy, break, tackle, bull. I don't know. It's all right. It's solid. It's got a nice strength 4 blocker. Very nice hobgoblin. Agility 4, show hands block. Just needs a bit of dodge and he's beautiful. Got a dirty player.
Yeah. Looking like a team that you already have.
I don't know if I'm a fan of the movement on that hobbo number 10. I don't know.
I don't know either. It seems a little bit bloaty.
Just see a little bit bloaty.
But in general, like it is a team. It is a team where you already think like, okay, I already got the key things I want on a short team.
I mean, able to keep up with the Bulls, I guess, but
yeah. But I wouldn't be unhappy about this team. It's a pretty nice team.
It's a solid team, and he's got claw. I don't have claw, and not only does he have claw, he has a paladin on claw. So anyone, I mean, you was in my division anyway. Everyone who knows my team. The contract killers don't kill shit.
Yeah.
They don't do nothing. I might as well be bloody halflings. They'd have done more damage.
One thing you notice is that he definitely took care of getting enough guard on the team. Like,
yeah.
He didn't go full mighty blow on every Chorf out there. So this is also fine. Like what he's doing is fine. And
I mean, the key player I went with was Preacher of David just because he's the enforcer, and if he can get a few key removals, especially early, then that's going to help this team. I was tempted to go Conquer the Redeem because of the frenzy aspect. I'm a big fan of frenzy on Bulls.
The only problem he has, of course, is when he faces Lisbon or when he faces Dwarfs and Preacher of David gets injured or gets removed. He's definitely losing a lot of power, like hitting potential.
Well,
so
at least he's got it. He's got the,
He-
I'm
he's
not
got
bitter
he's got
1 minute.
he's got one, but that's the only liability of only having one, of course. Like if he loses that player, he's gonna have a hard time versus Lissaman and Dwars for sure.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing. Like other than that, it's kind of fine build to go.
It's still it's getting there. This team, isn't it? It's still building.
Yeah.
And unlike my team, he's been given a nice division. Sob. I'm depressed now. I'd quite like to be with these guys and have a
funny thing is he has one player called Mighty Blow Best Skill number 2 EB. That player doesn't have Mighty Blow.
Well, he sort of went, I'm going to go guards and then I'm going to go Mighty Blow, and then he was like, you know what? Do you want strength instead? He thought, you know what? Screw the fluff. I'm getting strength. That will help, though. That will help with the guard.
It would be funny if he gets another stat up, next level up or a double. And
basically Nuffle's saying you're not going to get Mighty Blow because it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be very distraught to have a strength 5 blocker. Yes. He's got a Squeak Sandwich Kiosk, so they'll throw a rock and get the ref. I don't know. Would I pick that for?
I wouldn't have done this. This is like Quick Sandwich is definitely something you want to get on teams with stunty players or players that have a lot of impact as an individual and not as a whole team. This team is basically that team that has an impact as a whole team in general. So I kind of don't get preventing the throw a rock here, and I also don't get preventing the get a ref here. So I definitely wouldn't have gone Squick here. He could have had a security gates to prevent riot and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Maybe he's got a bad experience with rocks.
Maybe could be. Maybe
doesn't want a random rock taking out his claw piece and killing it or some shit like that.
Maybe he has a bad experience with bribes, you know.
Yeah, possibly. 7 wins, 5 draws, 9 losses. It's an alright record. And hopefully he'll do well. Again, I think he could be up there or thereabouts again. It's a very open division, this one, when I looked at him. I don't fancy his game against that Chaos Kill team when the clash. That is a serious team.
It's definitely a division where he can do something. So I kind of expect him to be mid-high on the table.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We come to our last team, and it's our boy from season the last season, Division 10F. I would like to think it was. JP Casey's in the house.
JP Casey.
Sabatella. See, we know this team. We played them.
Yep.
Yay!
We both played against this team in our first season of ReBBL in Division 10, which was 1 season ago.
Yeah.
We talk about first season, but like we're pretty new, both me and Bernie in this whole ReBBL format.
Well, I beat him 1-0. What did you do? I beat him about 4-0, didn't you? Knowing you. 2-1 you won him.
I remember I was 2-0 up on him. And he had the ball and he was about to score, and because it was the first game of the season, I didn't want any casualties on my team, so I didn't really defend on that. I just let him score. So
he had some really good results later on. I mean, he drew 1-1 with Fairy Harem, and then obviously he lost 1-0 to me. That was a game I had to win to get into the play-ons, didn't I? And that was a tough game. So he can play, this guy, JP Casey. He got some really good results later on. And, the only thing about this team is, where's the postman? He needs a postman.
I have to tell you, by the way, Bernie. Like, I think JP Casey would like to refer us to refer they as they or them, because it's a bit of a story. But you have to ask JP Casey for yourself on that part. But yeah, it's a team that's quite nicely balanced there.
Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? It's getting. Shame about the Cannon Newman, but you know.
Also, I remember JP Casey lost quite some games at the start of the season last season, but they recovered quite well.
He did. He did recover very well.
Yeah, moved to a 4-4-5 record. So like for the best start they had, it got recovered quite well. So that's a good thing.
It's building nicely, isn't it? He's got his blodgers, and he's got 2 witches, both with wrestle, 1 with tackle, 2 mighty blow pieces. 14, 50, 30. Well, it'll actually be a bit more, won't it? Because he's got a player missing. So it's going to be 15, 20 when he goes to the pitch. But he has got 30k blow.
With this team, it's the same situation as the other Dark Elf team that we discussed before. It's like a little bit heavy already on the bash aspect, which means that you're missing out a little bit on utility. But if they can get a level up they're gonna be quite solid on that later on. So that's fine. But you have to expect them to have some trouble during the first few matches.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I think it's a lot of people go more bash because they know they're going to go against these big bash teams, and they think, I want something to fight back with. So I understand your point of view, and I also understand why people would want to go more bash. I get both arguments. Like I said, he finished it really well in the last season, and it could.
I'm not saying like, okay, this is not the way to go or that kind of thing, but like I'm just saying like for the first, like, this is fine, but for the first few games you're gonna have a bit more trouble generally versus some teams. Like Dwarves in particular is gonna be a really hard game to play against, because Mighty Blow won't do that much versus Armor 9 compared to Armor 8 or Armor 7. So those are the kind of games where it's going to be a bit troubling. But later on, as soon as you develop the players more and get some utility and get some guard in, who knows, get some more guard in, I have to say, then you're going to have some more threats going on. So yeah, it's an interesting team to see, but I would definitely see them peak later in the season.
Yeah, I just think if we can get off to a bit of a good start early doors, it could be up there for definite.
Yeah, I am rooting. I'm rooting for them as well. Like I know JP Casey, really nice coach. So definitely looking forward to.
Yeah. I was like, look at these as a key player, and it was. I really didn't want to go with whatever, but in the end I went with the wife of the bath just because wrestle, tackle. She's got a job of obviously getting the ball loose, so I picked her. But I think the Mighty Blow piece has got a role as well, because if they can start getting removals, that's going to help his team a lot. Again, still no bench whatsoever is a concern, but that's just me. I don't like having 11 players. I'd rather have 12. That's just my personal preference. But like I say, he's got a decent team there, and like we saw last season, his team started getting better and better the longer it went on.
The only thing I kind of want to consider is just remove the lineman here, because like with -2 movement.
Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. And like I said, it could, to save 30 TV, it could, thinking first off, couldn't he? It could actually sack him and then lose a bit of blood as well. So then, if his first game, he won't be as high TV, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what it could do.
Get some extra inducements in and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's something that they could definitely do.
So we come to it. We've seen them all. I need you to decide who's going to win the division. As we do. But I think there's about 3 spots available in this division. I think the first place goes to the Big Boys Cup. The second place goes to the Southern Cup, where you can win a trendy once-in-a-lifetime T-shirt and cup, apparently. Well, sounds a really good idea. And then the 8 best third spots get a spot in that as well. So we're going to be brave. I want your first, second, and third. Who's going to finish first? Who's finishing second? Who's finishing third? Nice and easy.
Jeez, Bernie, putting me on the scaffold there already. Jesus. Right. Let me think about it.
You think about it. My dog is whining at me. He's looking at me like he's ready to want the toilet. So I'm going to be back in 2 ticks, because the last thing I need before work is for my dog to jizz all over the place. He's coming to me now. He's pouring me, going, "Hey man, I haven't been out for like a couple of hours, and if you don't let me out in a minute, I'm gonna wheel over this nice carpet of yours. So I'll be back in 10 seconds, hopefully."
You want me to fill up the time here?
Yes,
Okay,
basically fill up the time. I'm sure they didn't really listen to what we just said. Then, if you can hear me going, "Oh, oh," it's like like a bloody seal. Anyone who doesn't know is my dog's called Bernie Buffon. Yes, I'm named after a dog. Lucky me. Right, I'll be back in a sec. You just fill it up.
He's named after a dog. That's brilliant. I thought it always was vice versa, that the dog was named after him, but him being named after the dog, that's wonderful. Anyway, I think that the Gales really have no chance in general.
God, I'm back.
There you go. I thought your dog was named after you instead.
Well, I try to say that, and that is the truth. But people are like, nah, man, you named yourself after the dog. So I just give up. I mean, what can I say? So I just bow to what everyone says now. But yeah, he's a 4-year-old Staffordshire Bull Terrier. He's soft as a brush, bless him. But yeah, he was named after me, but people don't believe that. So hey. We're both called the same. I don't know. Take whatever you want from that. Anyway, what did you... I was away for that massively 10, 12 seconds or whatever it was. What have you said so far?
It's a really difficult call. The only thing I said is I really like the Chaos team from Arctic Antarctic here, so I am gonna vouch them for the first place.
Okay.
Just enough utility, just enough bash there. I think he can do well in a well balanced format like this.
He got decent draw as well, doesn't he? First up, so he'll be happy with that.
Yeah. So definitely a team I'm looking for to get into the higher positions here. Second place, I really think the guard spam dwarf team is gonna end up there. Like we have seen it. Really annoying team to play against, and also a decent coach playing it. Looking at the record, so I got Cobra Net for second place there.
Yeah.
I really hate to say that. Well, the Skaven coaches are not going to be top 3 in my book here. I'm sorry to say it.
Shocking.
Very shocking. We've been looking at coaches' records, and maybe we're just looking too much at coaches' records. I think looking at the development of the Underworld team here, they should be able to get a top spot, don't they? Like purely looking at the team.
They lost their first game of the round. Did Sneaky Blinders 2-0 to the Chorf, so that wasn't the best matchup from anyway.
But we can't really base on that, like that wouldn't be fair. So if I look at the teams without looking at the results from first week, I would have said like Underworld third place there.
Right. So Nuffles Yellow Horns win the league. Bad Dwarfs Reddit are just behind them, and Sneaky Blinders sneaking up in third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm looking at it, purely on team development on some of the coaches there.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I agree in the way you say it's really wide open, and it's like oh god, it's hard when you don't know any of the coaches, because I'll always back a coach I know for what I don't, so it's all a bit of a guess. Like you, I like the dwarfs. I like good old Moist, the Wood Elves. God, I'm gonna keep saying that all the time. Every game I'm Nuffling. I like that name. I think they're gonna be a surprise package. I don't know why. But them two Stone Vermin. That is a. That hurts. But I do like them. I do like them. But like you, when they're running to them dwarfs, oh god, this is a hard one.
It is, isn't it? Like with such a balanced division, you really don't know what to expect.
I like Nuffles Yellowhorns because, like I said, they're a solid build. The coach obviously knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Just have a look at Modular Annoyances, that freaking wasp. See, they've got a solid Solid record as well. They could. Oh, I don't know. I keep. My head's saying Bad Dwarfs Reddit, but that doesn't sound a cool pick. And I just like every game I'm nuffling. I don't know why, but every game I'm nuffling.
You're asking me about just the plain facts there. So
I don't know. Anyone who doesn't know me, there's this horrid thing going around the console world of a bear in his curse, where whatever I tip just has a horrible season and never wins. Honestly, it's not true. It's just coincidence that whoever I tip have a bad season. I blame the coaches. I think I pick right. It's the coach's fault. Oh God, I'm just looking at them moist outlets.
So okay, which three teams are gonna die horribly then? That's the thing where.
Man, it's hard. I'd like to blame you for this, Addy, but it was me, wasn't it?
Yeah, you started this. So I
started this. God damn it. Okay. I'm going to go with moist outlets. I can't stop saying that. I'm sorry. It's going to drive everyone bonkers. They'll win the division. Go Wood Elves.
They'll win the division. Okay.
They'll win the division. My boys, they'll do it. Every game I'm nuffling, they're going to nuffle into second spot. Woo! Like that. And then the big bad dwarfs are going to get third spot. And Nuffles Yellowhorns are just going to miss out.
The only thing we're sharing is the dwarves there in the top 3. That's
I'm still not convinced on him, but I respect his build, and they may crawl into third. I like Muscaven. I think them boys are gonna do me proud. I love them.
I hope so. Like the top 3 I said is just total. Totally based on facts. On my view, like. It's totally objective, but if I'm subjective, I hope that both the Skaven coaches get into the top 3, of course.
I pretty much want the 2 kick rats to do well, and I think with their with their low TV they could do well. I just like the 4 gutter runners as a combined unit on the obviously the every game I'm nuffling team. Yeah, I think they'll do well, but I think good old moist outlets, is it Owletons or outlets, whatever. I think
they'll win this
with the annoying name, what everyone will be driven crazy about. The Wood Elves, as long as he's got his war dancers, they're all right, aren't they? They're gonna be fine. He's got 110k in the bank, So yeah, that's it. We're done. You know, as always, our streams are very long. I don't know how long I've done this one. There's no way I'll be getting the second recap done before work. We've done about an hour and a half at least. Well, what's the normal time? 40 minutes on these things? We never seem to.
It's at the moment it's 12 British time. So we started around 10:30. So you guys gotta get used to one thing with us. Like we analyze a lot. We analyze deeply. We also analyze some of the matches, so that's something you guys can look a little bit forward to. But the recaps are really long, so I hope you guys will like that. Or else just bear with us during the season.
It's like you don't have to listen to us, you don't have to watch us. But like I said, anything good or bad, just send me Discord or hate mail to Hunter. He takes the hate mail. He takes the hate mail. He likes hate mail.
We love the hate
mail. My Discord is obviously Bernie Booth or nothing. I think I've got down as Bernie at the moment. Either way, just send me a message.
Anyway, we're quite excited, guys, and
we are. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for my teams to win it all. And that ridiculous rumor of my tips being cast is blown out the water. I'm happy with my teams. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I hope for once you're going to be right about the whole prediction.
Well, ironically, Project's a Wood Elf coach on the PS4. Every time I've tipped him, he's won the full thing. So I've got a good record when I tip Wood Elves. So, it's up to Aprog now to not let me down and get it done. And if he does, Distorters, Skaven better pick up the pieces and get me a touchdown. But yeah, that's just done, guys. Like I say, thanks again for Crystal Hunter for joining me. And we'll be back next week when we'll have a look at, obviously, the injuries into more in depth. Obviously, we'll have lost 2 players. And we'll all be talking about the game. So thanks again, guys. Take care. And we will see you next week.
Yes, see you next week, guys.